Hello everyone, this is Joe for Soft Corners here, and for today's video, I'm going to be talking about doing a little preview for next week's Hobby Palooza. It's going to be over on the For Collectors Network, so I'm going to give a little preview for that in general, and then my segment that I will be appearing on there, so you can come check it out. And then I'm going to be talking about a deal I made with one of my friends at a card show last weekend, to kind of the last push for any kind of funds or anything for the National. So we'll get right into, we'll start off with, so next weekend, as you can see, Saturday and Sunday, June 22nd and 23rd. Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. All those times Eastern Standard Time. The Hobby Palooza 2024 will be going on over on the For Collectors Network, which again will be linked down below, and there's the info for that. So always just a blast. You know, a whole weekend of card talk and hobby talk is just what's not to love about that. Giveaways, the fundraiser for giveaways, that all money donated will go to Signature for Soldiers, so that's a great cause. So it'll just be a blast, and I am lucky enough to be joining this year on Saturday, June 22nd. I will be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be on a show called Let's Talk National 2024. That'll be hosted by Theo at Clemente Collector. Also joining will be Matt from The Card Story, Dave from Legends of the Dugout, Adam from Vintage Sanctuary, and Al from Iconic Baseball, and myself. And we'll just be talking about our just our excitement for National 2024 in Cleveland, and also some of our targets. What are some of the bigger cards we'll be looking for, and so it'll just be a lot of fun. So in this video, I will not be going into some of the bigger stuff I'm looking for, but maybe just in general some of the stuff. But so that's that, and we will get into, like I said, this kind of wanted to give a preview for that, and also wanted to just show off a deal I made last weekend. So I had started for almost a year or whatever, been building my budget to take along, and move some stuff to months ago to try and build that more and more. But then I also my last kind of push to build, I'll call it assets, because some of it was more so than cash, just to have, like I said, well, you'll see as far as what I mean by assets then. But I had kind of the shift in focus I'm doing. I didn't want to get rid of, still have, a lot of cards from random sets. Didn't get rid of anything pre-1958, because that's really, well, I don't have much from 57, but from 48 Bowman to 56 Topps, that's really the sweet spot of what I think are many of the best sets ever made. The run of Topps from 52 to 56 is just amazing, and also Bowman. So anyway, held on to that stuff. Don't know if I'll ever complete those sets that I haven't in those that I have of cards, but would just like as many copies as possible. Maybe doing a different project with kind of like a hybrid Frankenset type thing with cards from some of those years, but I'll get into that in another video. But anyway, I had a decent amount of set progress from 58, 59, and 61, mostly commons, but some Hall of Famers, but just overall in conditions that I'm still all right with. Like I said, I always say I kind of started my channel, and my focus was that I wanted to pick up just vintage cards, and if I picked them up in whatever condition, then I could pick up more of them. But as I looked through those sets and thought about moving them, Just kind of looking at it like I can still pick up low grade cards, but just with maybe better eye appeal, that if I ever decide to move them again, or just in general for me to appreciate the sets, they don't need to be, you know, graded or really high grades or condition, just maybe better eye appeal just with creasing and paper loss and stuff that I had on some of them. So it was just kind of my last push to use what I had to turn it into more to build my assets for the National. So I grouped a lot of those together, spoke with my buddy Scott, who sets up at shows locally at mall shows, and he was interested in some, so was able to put together, make a deal with him. He said it was a lot of cards, but a lot of commons, and most of them were not in higher than good condition. So it just seemed like the best way to try and move those and shift that focus into things, just more bigger single cards and more team set things, like just collecting the Phillies team sets from each year. So still have a representation of every year of sets of cards, but a little bit easier to focus on that way. But anyway, so here's the deal I made. Like I said, I traded, it was like almost 600 cards, 550, 600 cards, something like that. But turned it into a couple PC cards right off the bat, and then some possible things to move or PC cards. So we'll start off with, these are just in his boxes of stuff. Has lots of vintage and modern stuff. So wanted to pick these up. This is the 2023 Topps Heritage, no, 2022, sorry. Topps Heritage. This is the purple hot box refractor. Bryson Stott, sorry. And then this is just the chrome. So these are actually I believe they come in blasters, or they might come in hobby boxes too, but every pack will contain one of those, not numbered, but then just the base chrome, these are numbered, so not a refractor, but just chrome. And these are numbered out of $9.99, so these weren't much towards the main deal, but just Bryson Stott's one of my favorite current Phillies, and wanted to get those. And this is a card, autograph of a player I wanted for a while, and just in buyback form, and just the whole thing here was pretty cool. So this is a Kurt Schilling from, I think it's 2016, Topps Archives Signature Series. So this is a 99 Topps card, which they buy back, then re-serial stamp, and then and serial number, and then get autographed. So cool to have Kurt Schilling in the definitely, I know, a polarizing figure, but really like that auto. Nice big autograph there, and on the Phillies uniform, so love that. So also got some just straight cash that'll go towards my fund for the National. So that was nice, but then the main bulk part of it was, I could have opted to ask for cash, but value wise I thought I got more this way. If it would have been just straight cash, it would have been a little less. I feel like the value of these cards is more, and kind of serves a dual purpose. These are cards which I would be more than happy to keep in my collection if I can't move them for something I want to. In fact, some of them might hurt to get rid of, but depending, I mean, there's going to be loads of options there. So if I can put these in trade towards something better just for my overall collection, I may do so. But so I opted to go this route. So we'll start off with, this is 65 tops Sandy Koufax and an SGC 5. So I have one of these. There's some writing on the back and not in great condition, but I'd be happy enough if that is the one in my collection. But just overall, thought the corners, centering's a little off, but still pretty nice. But I thought this was a pretty sharp card. And like I said, stuff he had in his case has a lot of nice vintage, but just pick things that were graded and highly liquid. I mean, Koufax is a very popular player to collect. Would have no problem at all moving these, trading into something, which I still need the 64 Koufax, and then 57 through 59. So kind of just happened. Then I started building his run, but I had the rookie and just started picking up. And then some of the there's some other, we'll call them oddball stuff, like the stand-up and the Giants, and the 63 Flair. Might be interested in those as well. So if I could turn these two cards into lower grade, nice eye appeal copies of maybe 5 cards or something like that, I feel like it would just be better for my collection to have more of the cards. I don't necessarily need them in better grades, but we'll see how that goes. So that one, and then this is the biggest one. This is the 56 top, so his second year in a PSA 5. Just thought it was a really sharp card. Love this card. As you can see, the off center, not too bad side to side, bottom to top, but doesn't really take away from the eye appeal when you first look at it. It's kind of weird, like looking at the bottom, I feel like that's a really wide border, and then if you're just looking at that independently, you feel like the top would almost be no border, but there's still a decent amount of border there. So I think overall it just presents very well. And like I said, for being his second year card, just very sharp overall. Definitely one I wanted to pick up. I did not need this in a 5, which is, like I said, why I might, if I can move both these cards for maybe like 5 cards from his run just in lower condition, I might end up doing that. So we'll see. That'll be yet to be determined, but thought it was a good move. Like I said, wasn't probably going to in any near future focus on finishing those 3 sets. I like having representations of cards, but like I said, moving into, I kept all the Phillies cards. I kept stuff that I knew was were gifts for sure. I kept all the baseball thrills from 59 top, so still have some representations. And like I said, going forward, just if I get to build complete team sets, which, you know, focusing on 30 cards as opposed to 600 is a much easier goal. So still have representations of those sets, and then just pick up maybe individual bigger cards of certain Hall of Famers or players I enjoy collecting from those years. So that's kind of going forward. Like I said, my bigger targets, we'll get into more next week. There's all the information again. Like I said, the link will be down below. But that is it. Let me know, first off, if you'll be checking out Hobby Palooza at all, any of the shows that you're mainly interested in. If you'll be checking out the segment I'm on there, I'd greatly just appreciate any support for my friends and of my channel as well. I think it'll just be a really good time. And let me know about the trade if you think this was a good deal. Like I said, just to wanted to build my whole assets on top of the budget I already have, just to have as much available as possible within my, you know, budget to do some shopping at the National and have some fun. So so that's it. Let me know on those. Thank you everyone for watching, and just remember, any card can be a great looking card, even if it's 4 soft corners. Thank you.